Previously on South Park from WatBox Studios' perspective. Hey, at least 3 wasn't here long for this. He'd flip the fuck out. But it's only a matter of time before you have to do that reaction to Jared Has AIDS. The people thankfully don't want to see it yet, but it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, I know. That won't be fun.
Do you remember that episode of South Park where a then unknown predator came to town and inspired the boys into following his footsteps? By torturing Butters! What? Hello everyone, it's me Bobby. It's me Rob.
And it's me, Roberta.
And we're back with another South Park reaction. Today, we are returning to Season 6 and are reacting to its premiere episode, Jared Has AIDS. A very, very, very outdated episode, just considering who it's about. Yeah, Mr. King of the Footlong, back before he got outed as a terrible person.
And also an episode that has Butters get tormented. Again.
Yeah, so as I heard. That's why 4 wanted me to watch it. And I'm guessing that's why you're here.
Yep. 4 paired us together so I could help you get past some scenes that may anger you.
Oh, well, shoot. At least we're doing this now that you sound like an actual girl, unless like 4 doing a shitty-ass high-pitched voice. Hey! What? I'm just saying I noticed that her voice changed. No matter how many times you say it didn't, you can't fool me. I know you did something. No, I didn't. Yes, you did! And just for the record, even if you guys don't want to admit it's different, I love your new voice too. It suits you more, allows you to be more expressive, and most of all, you sound a lot more beautiful than before. I don't care what anyone says.
Aww, thanks Rob. I still have no idea what you're talking about, but that's sweet of you to say.
Okay, we're getting off track. Anyway, this is Jared Has AIDS from WatBox Studios' perspective. Enjoy. The episode opens with the boys at Cartman's house as they sit around the couch with the phone beside them and they call up City Walk, where we get this.
Hello, City Walk. Take order, please.
Hello, is this City Walk?
Yes, this City Walk.
Yes, we'd like one order of the city beef.
City beef.
And I'll have the city chicken.
City chicken.
I get it. It sounds like he's saying shitty because he's Asian. Yeah, it's funny, alright, but it's made even worse when you find out he's not really Asian. Just a white man with multiple personality disorder. Yeah, city sushi. I know the episode.
Yeah, it was insane.
The boys then notice a subway ad on TV where it displays that sick man, Jared Fogle, and how he lost 260 pounds off of eating Subway. Yeah, we know the story about how he became the spokesperson. We don't need to hear it again. Yeah, and we also know how he unbecame the spokesperson. Sick ass. During the commercial, Butters walks into Eric's house and the boys call him Kenny, despite Kenny dying 1 season prior. But even if Butters is upset about them calling him Kenny, they just call him not Kenny. They can't even have the fucking decency to call him Butters. It's maddening as hell, dude, but it's fine. I'm not really mad yet.
Yet?
Yes, not yet. The ad then says that Jared will be in South Park on March 6th at the
Kenny McCormick Memorial Town Square.
Kenny McCormick Memorial Town Square. That's nice he got a memorial. He's more deserving of it. Unlike some people. The boys realize that March 6th is today and that they gotta get down there to see Jared, where they continue to be assholes to Butters.
That's today. We gotta get down there. Come on, Not Kenny. Well, no, gosh darn it. My name's Not Kenny. Okay, come on, Not Kenny. I'm getting steamed now.
Okay, they're still being dickwads for Butters, but it's really not that serious. They're just teasing, right?
Yeah, 3. They're just teasing. There's no need to lose your temper.
And after they leave, the City Walk guy is still on the phone. Hilarious. We cut to the Kenny McCormick Memorial Town Square, where there are people holding up signs to show their love for Mr. Fogle. And, wait, I'm sorry, Jared for president? Now, I know this episode was made before Jared was outed, but we do not need that man in office. We already have a sick fuck I used to support in office now. Used to support? How did your mind change so easily? Well, let's just say 2 is smarter than me when it comes to politics, and she kinda helped me stray away from the stupid-ass MAGA party. I still can't believe I used to support that shit.
Yeah, but it still needs a bit of work.
Cool. I guess we learn something new every day, huh? Yeah. Anyway, the boys try to get through the crowd, but they're unsuccessful because Garrison was saving that spot for 6 hours. Jesus Christ, that's crazy. That's when they spot Mr. Subway Man, who walks to the stage and takes the podium. He thanks the crowd for their support and says that he's proven that weight loss is easy due to eating Subway sandwiches for a year, and that he promises that he'll always be the leader of easy weight loss. That's when Cartman makes this comment.
That guy ate all the sandwiches he wanted and lost weight. He is so cool.
Not really, Cartman. It may seem like it, but it's a very messy situation nowadays.
Yeah, he's a monster in disguise.
We then cut to Mr. Fogel in some sort of office, where a worker tells him that some fans wanted to see if he signed their sandwich. Okay, that's pretty weird. That's when the four boys come into the room and are mesmerized to see Jared in person. And the funny thing is, they don't even have a sandwich to sign.
3, that was a lie, because they wanted to see him. It's not like they were just gonna walk in and say, hey, can we meet the guy who shall not be named?
Man who shall not be named? What the hell are you talking about, too?
I refuse to say his name. He can go to heck.
Fine, that's fair. Now, where was I? Oh, right. Kyle asked Mr. Fogel if he really lost weight from eating Subway sandwiches, to which he says he did, but that he had a little bit of help on the side. The boys are confused and ask what help he had, to which that sick fuck says,
Well, eating sub sandwiches was a big part of it, but the way that I lost so much weight was that I got AIDS.
AIDS? Like the STD? What the freak is he talking about?
Yeah, what can I say? He's a sick man, he's a creep, and he's got fucking AIDS. 3, you do realize you didn't watch all the clip, right? I know I didn't. As I was saying, he says he got them 2 years ago, and he's been losing weight ever since, saying it's amazing how much weight you can lose with AIDS. Like Stan said,
I'll bet you can.
but then, weirdly enough, he asks if they want to meet his aides, to which he calls out 2 people, a guy named Scott, who's his personal trainer, and Tyler, his dietitian.
Oh, AIDS with an E, like his assistant. That makes more sense.
Yeah, but either way, he still has STD AIDS. Sick fuck. Kyle calls out Jared for not mentioning his AIDS in the commercials, but Jared says it's all in the fine print about how he only ate a half-lean turkey sandwich with no mustard mayo, all that shit, and he had proper diet and exercise.
Kyle rightfully calls him out for this because he's lying to people, and that if they knew the truth, he wouldn't be as popular.
Yeah, he's been lying about a lot of things. It just took the public years to figure it out. The boys are seen walking down the street, obviously pissed off that Jared was lying, and says that it's only in America that someone can become famous for being a fat ass to not being a fat ass. Well, Jared's not famous for being a fat ass anymore, I'll tell you that. Cartman then stops in his tracks and gets an idea, which Kyle says,
That's diarrhea.
Diarrhea. Nice one, Kyle. But Cartman talks about how anyone can do what Jared did, and suggests going to City Walk, cutting them a deal that they'll eat nothing but their food, and they'll only eat a little bit of it and do exercise. That way, City Walk can say their food makes you lose weight.
They say it's a cash cow idea, but it's really a scam.
It is a scam, and they're just scummy little kids. Of course they think a scam is a cash cow idea. But that's when Cartman says this bullshit.
Lose weight and make money. I'll tell you, this is going to be the greatest thing that Butters has ever done. Me?
Butters? What the fuck do you mean, Butters? No! If anyone should be losing weight, it's you, fat ass!
3, calm down, please.
It's just bullshit. They come up with this plan to scam City Walk, making them think their food will help you lose weight, and they're trying to make the unfat kid do it when the person who suggests the idea is fucking fat himself!
I know, it sucks total buns, but there's no reason to get mad. Just breathe.
Okay, I apologize too. I knew this episode was going to get under my skin, but I didn't think it would be this bad.
It's okay. You're allowed to show emotions. We just don't want you to show a lot. Otherwise, it might make you do something you'll regret.
Okay, I got this. Like I was saying, Butters is shocked by Cartman suggesting him, and says he thought Cartman was talking about himself since he's the fat one. But of course, Cartman says his obvious thing.
I can't lose weight, Butters, because I'm not fat, I'm big boned. You can't slim down bones, stupid.
Like, that's your fucking excuse, fat ass? You're gonna make Butters go through something that you need to go through because you're big boned? Of course. That's of course what Cartman would do. Kyle points out that Butters isn't fat, but Cartman says that's the point because they gotta fatten him up to make the deal, and they just have him burn it off. And Stan agrees with this apparently because if he's naturally skinny, he'll burn off the weight faster.
That makes no sense. Anyone can burn off weight. It doesn't matter if you're naturally skinny or anything.
Exactly why Cartman needs to do it. Butters says he can't get fat because his parents will ground him. Seriously, Steven and Linda are fat phobic?
I'm pretty sure his name was Chris during this time.
Same difference. They're still fat phobic. Cartman then tells Butters to think how famous he'll be, and the others will say he'll be just like Jared. Well, that's not something we want to wish on that poor boy, isn't it now?
Yeah.
He's too sweet to be like that, sicko.
Butters rejects the idea because they said Jared was a penis butt, but they say Butters won't be a penis butt, but rather famous, and they gaslight him with this.
His name is Butters, it's Butters. Used to be fat, but not no more. City Walk brought him down to a size 4. Now he's got lots of money and girls, and a lifetime of free food at City Walk. Wow.
Oh god, this is gonna suck.
The man who shall not be named is on a date with his girlfriend, soon-to-be wife. He tells her that some boys made him realize that people shouldn't be proud of his weight loss if they knew about something. That's when he tells her about his AIDS. But the scene is depicted out of the context to make her think that he has STD. Her asking why he didn't tell her, being disgusted because she slept with him and then about to be married. But it makes it even worse when he says this.
We can still get married, Christine. I mean, sure, they're my AIDS now, but after we get married, they'll be our AIDS. You'll love having AIDS, Christine. You really will. And when we have children, they'll have AIDS. It'll make things so simple. Christine! Jeez, those boys were right. People really don't like AIDS. I better tell everyone the truth.
Goodness freaking gracious. This entire conversation is just taken completely out of context. I'd feel bad, but the man who shall not be named is a creep.
Yeah, a sick one at that. In a need to get their plan into action, the boys head to Chef for help. And to think this is the first episode we've done on the channel that features Chef. Like, some episodes we did were made when Chef was still alive and relevant to the show, but this episode is the first in our series to physically show him. We'd see more of him if we went further back to episodes beyond Season 6, dude. I want to see more Chef.
Yeah, that would totally be awesome.
I'll see what I can do, guys. Anyway, they tell Chef that Butters needs to gain 50 pounds, and when asked why, they say it's for a school project. Nah, it's for a project, alright. Just not for school. Chef then responds with,
Well, if you want him to get really fat as fast as possible, one of you will have to marry him.
Marry him?
It definitely works for every woman I ever met.
God damn it, Chef. They'll never make me hate you. Rest in peace, my goat. Agreed, man.
Yeah.
Butters then says he doesn't want to get married because he'll get grounded, and finally reverts to asking what's wrong with him when the boys say they don't want to marry him. Chef then says they'll have to do it the old-fashioned way, and leads them into the back.
What's the old-fashioned way?
Let's just say it's the method Cartman used for himself.
You don't mean...
I can't eat no more.
Oh my fucking god! How much shit did they make Butters eat? Quite a lot. The entire kitchen is trashed.
They're force-feeding that poor boy.
They tell Chef that they need more food, but he says they're running out, and after that, Butters starts to vomit, which Cartman says,
Damn it, Butters, keep eating or else I'll kick your ass till you're deader than Kenny.
How about shut your fucking mouth before I beat the fucking life out of you, you fat bitch!
Whoa, 3. What did we just say? Take breaths. You need to relax.
I just can't watch Butters be insulted like this, too. I just can't.
I know you can't, but you need to calm down.
Fine. I'll try again.
There is no try, only do.
Whatever. Kyle then gets offended because not enough time has passed to joke about Kenny being dead, and when asked how long it would take for it to be funny, Kyle says 22.3 years. And if we follow that logic, that would mean 9/11 started being funny on December 29th, 2023, almost 3 years ago. Yeah, that checks, but I think people were joking about 9/11 before that mark, so they sort of broke it. That doesn't matter. Anyway, Butters says he can't eat anymore since he keeps on puking, so Cartman suggests that he eats his own puke if he can't eat. What the fuck? What is this, slaughter vomit dolls? How the fuck do you know what that is? I saw a TikTok of a guy explaining the movies. It's rather gross. How do you know about it, 4? I saw the same TikTok, but I really think we should drop it. It's gross.
Yeah, please don't talk about it. Just don't.
In the end, after Cartman says that Japanese girls do it, the fuck? Butters eats his own puke. Gross. This is fucking gross.
We cut back to the Kenny Memorial once again, where a representative of Subway tells the audience that the man who shall not be named wants to speak with them once again. He heads on stage and begins saying the same old stuff as he did before, about how Subway is a healthy way to eat fast food and lose weight. Yada yada yada, we get it.
Hey Roberta, cheer up, won't you? Take your breaths.
don't do that.
What? You're saying it to me? Why can't I say it to you?
Yeah, well, that's different. I take my negativity seriously. I don't crash out like you do.
Okay then, whatever.
Think positive, Bobby. Anyway, he then says he needs to come clean, and that Subway wasn't the only thing that helped him lose weight.
The reason I was able to lose so much weight so quickly was that I got AIDS.
Dude, the way that rep reacts is just fucking hilarious. Like, his mouth is just wide open and it looks hilarious, man. Yeah, it's fucking great, bro.
Yeah, it was pretty funny, especially since it's out of context anyway. The entire crowd is confused, but the man who shall not be named says he still wants to be the leader in a fitter America, and then tells everyone that they should all get AIDS. That's really bad look.
No shit, Roberta, it's very terrible.
Some of the crowd begins leaving as he continues to say that having AIDS will help people's fat melt away, and that with AIDS and Subway sandwiches, anything is possible.
Not anymore because he's a sicko. We cut to, holy shit, what the fuck happened to Butters?
Oh dear lord, they actually did it. They made him overweight? He's almost as big as Eric.
Pretty much, but not fully since we can still see his arms, and he doesn't have a double chin like Cartman. Still, bro, this is concerning as shit. Anyway, they ask how Butters feels, and...
Well, kinda like Cartman. Get a hold of yourself, man.
Oh, fuck you, Eric! You know it's true! Ah! I'm okay, too. Just don't scare me like that. Anyway, they initiate Phase 2, where they actually go to City Walk. They're seen heading inside the building, where the owner, who's named Mr. Kim, tries to take their order, but they ignore it and say they have a business deal of a lifetime.
We want to show the world how healthy your food is. Our fat friend here is going to lose 40 pounds eating at Shitty Walk.
Which one? I see two fat friends.
The fat one.
Yeah, that's why it should have just been Carbon doing this bullshit. Mr. Kim is already confused on who's doing the deal. Anyway, they tell him that they're going to take before and after photos of Butters, and when he gets skinny from eating his food, they'll show the world. That way Mr. Kim can use them for commercials, exactly like Footlong Man. With this in mind, Mr. Kim reluctantly agrees to use Butters for commercials, and the boys officially declare they're in business. I have a bad feeling about this crap. We cut to sick fuck Mr. Fogel in a boardroom with a bunch of Subway representatives where they say they appreciate everything he's done for the company, and he says he appreciates what they've done for him. They then relay the news on him that it would be better if he took his strange theories on weight loss elsewhere, also meaning that they're firing him. It's funny to think that Matt and Trey unintentionally predicted that this was going to happen. The only difference being it was for a very different reason. One even more concerning than claiming AIDS helped him lose weight. Yeah, dude, a lot of sick shit about him. A lot of it. They say it's because his new take on weight loss is contrary to their commitment to good health and criticizes his new slogan. When it comes to fitness, Subway goes hand in hand with AIDS. Yeah, not a good look. But wait a minute. They had it written down. So they know he's talking about AIDS as an assistance, not the STD. Unless they wrote it themselves. I don't know.
Who knows, honestly? Could have been him, could have been them. Just like how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. The world may never know.
We then see him walking out of the building, where he walks past a basketball court, while the background sings something about how he's all alone, that he likes sandwiches with Philadelphia cream cheese for some reason. I don't care how sad it is, I'm not feeling bad for this man. We then cut to the South Park gym, where Butters is seen using a rowing machine, and Cartman's screaming very hypocritical shit at him while he's using it.
You are such a flabby hunk of crap! Look at those Jelly Rolls! Jelly Rolls, I tell ya! You still got 7 trends, boy! You never be thin! Nobody loves you!
Yeah, he is hypocritical, because look who's fucking talking!
3, please calm down.
Sorry. He's just being a hypocrite because he's screaming at Butters for being fat, even though he's fat himself.
I know. It's terrible. But just remember, it's only a show.
Butters replies to the last insult, saying his parents would still love him even if he's fat. Sadly, Butters, that's just not true. They don't love you that much considering the ridiculous shit they ground you for. Cartman then tries to justify screaming at Butters by saying it's motivational help. Which is still hypocritical because you're using fat insults on your friend when you yourself are practically the same weight. But this sadly works on Butters because he believes it, and Cartman goes back to insulting him again. Great. We cut back to Mr. Fogel, where he complains about how everyone hates him now and wishes that he had never gotten AIDS to begin with. His aides then come in and comfort him about the situation, and despite sick fuck wanting to go AIDS-free, his aides convince him that others are just jealous of him that they can't afford to hire actual aides themselves, which gives him an idea on how to be famous again. Oh boy.
We cut to outside of city work, where the boys are set to do the pictures. That's when Cartman decides to start discussing business, where when they see how skinny Butters got, they'll want to make more than one commercial.
Maybe. The boys are pretty much scamming City Walk.
He then says that they're looking at a non-exclusive 2-year, 50-picture deal, which will put them at $4 million, and that it should be split evenly between the three of them, with Cartman getting most of it because he came up with the idea.
Wait a minute. 3 of them? What do you mean 3 of them? Butters isn't getting any of the earnings for his commercials? You're putting him through all this kind of hell, and you're not even going to give him any of the money he's going to earn? Like, what the fuck?
They're profiting off that poor boy's misery, and it sucks, really. It sucks. Anyway, Butters walks up to them, and the boys are instantly angered by the fact that Butters is still overweight, because they were supposed to shoot his commercials that day. But he says it's because gaining weight's easier than losing it.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. Losing weight is harder than putting it on. No, it isn't, stupid blubberbutt.
Eric saying it's not hard to lose weight is so fucking stupid. Like, yeah, if it's so easy, why hasn't he tried it himself,
He's stuck up. That's why. They ask if Butters ate his 1 ounce of city work a day, and he says he has, but doesn't know what to tell them. Guess what happens next?
What happens next?
Ah, boy.
All prepared for liposuction surgery? Check. I don't know about this, fellas. Hey, you're the one that screwed us by not losing weight, Butters.
Whoa! Liposuction surgery? Like the surgery that removes fat from your body? What the fuck are they doing giving him lipo?
I have no clue, 3. They're just maniacs. Total maniacs.
And why is Stan being an asshole to Butters? He should be the last person acting like this towards him.
Yeah, season 6 just has the boys be rude to Butters, and so they kick him out and replace him with Tweak, as we saw before. It's not great at all anyway. Kyle reads a medical journal where it tells them that the operation begins with a 1-inch incision in abdomen on the left side of the hip, and the Cartman Holden scalpel cuts into Butters' abdomen where this happens.
That's right about here. Oh, I'll stop your bitching, Butters. God, Kenny would have took it like a man.
He's bitching, huh? Didn't know he wasn't allowed to bitch after you cut into his fucking abdomen with a fucking scalpel. How about I cut into your fucking abdomen, fat ass, then we'll see who's bitching then.
Whoa, 3, we don't need to commit these actions. You're better than that. It's just a show.
Just because it's a show doesn't mean my First Amendment right has to be limited. If I'm mad at something, real or fiction, I'm allowed to be fucking mad.
Not when you're threatening to stab someone. It's not... Just try not to go there anymore, okay?
Fine, I'll try not to.
How assuring. Anyways, they then put a tube inside Butters' abdomen, and after Kyle says lipo is about siphoning out excess fat, Cartman proceeds to... Oh, goodness gracious, ew, what am I watching?
Yeah, seriously, what are you watching? What am I watching? He's sucking the fat out of Butters! It's gross!
Apparently Cartman's method works, and the fat begins pouring out, and he even compares the taste of Butters' fat to cream chipped beef. The same stuff Chef makes, because a little bit wet in his mouth when sucking it out. What in tarnation is that comparison?
Cartman's weird as fuck, bro. The man will literally eat anything, even if it's someone's own fat.
Butters is obviously affected by what's happening, but Stan tells him,
Shut up, Butters, it's your own damn fault.
Shut up before I smack you!
What the heck was that? 4, did you do that?
Yeah, 3 told me to play it.
Rob?
What? You said I couldn't threaten anyone with violence. You didn't say Bill couldn't.
You're still using it as yourself. Whatever. The process ends up taking too long, so Stan makes the dumb decision to start pounding on Butters' belly in order to make more fat come out, which allows more to come out, sure, but it ends up splattering blood and fat all over the living room, and ends up making Butters concerningly skinny.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking sickening. Like, they forced that boy to gain so much weight, and they forcibly have it removed, and now he's even skinnier than he was before! It's so messed up!
The boys realize that Butter's parents are home and actively decide to rush out of the house via the back door, leaving Butters alone to face his parents, which is so messed up, bro. When his parents get inside, they're horrified by what they've seen. Their own son lying in the middle of their living room with blood and fat spread all around the living room and clearly weak after what happened. And what are their responses?
Butters, are you having liposuction surgery? Tell me the truth.
Yes, sir.
This is unbelievable. How many times have we told you never to have self-performed liposuction surgery in our house?
4 times, Mom.
Well, I guess that wasn't enough. You get up to your room right now, mister.
Yes, sir.
Don't you give us that look, young man. You're gonna get it.
Are you,
Please don't, Rob. It's okay. It's all okay.
This is fucking bullshit!
Oh, dear Lord. Here we go.
You walk into the fucking house and you see your son all weak and shit, and your first instinct is to get mad at him for having lipo, rather than asking him what's going on! He literally falls to the ground due to how weak he is, and they're not even fazed! They just get mad at him even more! Like, what the fuck is wrong with them?
Are you done? You done, 3?
Why? Did they think that was funny? To see Butters get screamed at after he got all the fat sucked out of him? That's not funny, that's maddening! I just can't stand to see Butters like this. It's so messed up, man!
I know, 3. I hated it too. Why not take a small break for now, okay? Maybe just for the next scene.
Yeah, that's fine, I guess.
Okay, moving on.
We cut to the mayor's office, where Mr. Fogel apparently wants to give a statement in order to regain his popularity after lying. He goes up on stage and tells the audience that he didn't understand why people felt betrayed by him having AIDS, but now he understands that it was because it wasn't fair that he had them and they don't, and announces that with his money he gets from commercials, which, side note, exposes the boys because they tried to get the money for themselves instead of splitting it with Butters too, which is messed up. Like I was saying, he announces with the money he gets from commercials, he decided to start the AIDS for Everyone Foundation, where he will personally pay for everyone to get AIDS, which sounds very, very bad on surface level. And he doesn't stop there, and he says this concerning shit.
But I won't stop there. I'm gonna seek out all the underprivileged and hungry children of the world, and I'm going to give them AIDS myself.
You're gonna give children AIDS?
Yes, it is my hope that every beautiful child on this earth has AIDS by next month. AIDS for everyone!
Is it bad that South Park unintentionally predicted this too? Obviously not the AIDS part, but the way the audience think he's going to do... Never mind, this is just too fucking weird. And the scene ends with the audience wanting to chase him down. Reasonable, bro.
The boys show up to Butters' house and knock on the door, and when Butters answers, they tell him they need to go to city work. But Butters says he can't go because of him having a liposuction. He then shows them his stomach, which is really flabby, and he has a bandage around the part where they cut him.
At least his shithead parents had some decency to give him a band-aid, though they're still terrible for grounding him after the shit he was put through.
Yeah, I agree. The boys are confused, but Butters says he told them his parents would be sore. And then he can't play outside for 5 days due to having lipo.
5 days, so basically a week minus weekends.
I guess it depends on the day he was grounded.
Okay, I see.
The boys tell him that they need to go to city work real quick to show how skinny he became. But Butters says he doesn't want to go triple Dutch after becoming overweight made him single Dutch. And having lipo made him double Dutch. And how do the boys react?
Kenny would have done it. Yep. You guys remember what a cool friend Kenny was? He was always up for helping us out, man. He was the best friend ever.
Dude, stop using Kenny to manipulate Butters. This is like the 50th time they've done this shit in the episode. Like, Butters is not Kenny.
Yeah, and plus, I don't think Kenny would have done any of the things they're asking Butters to do, even if they paid him money to do it.
Well, the paying part is pretty debatable since there was an episode in Season 4, Fat Camp, where Kenny was willing to do nasty shit in exchange for money. But here, just like Butters, I don't think they would have paid Kenny.
Yeah, probably not. Anyway, Even after the manipulation, Butters still doesn't give in because his parents call every hour from work to make sure he's at home. And if he doesn't answer the phone, they'll know he's up to no good.
Wait, he's home alone?
Yeah, both of his parents are working.
Why do they not hire a sitter to watch over him?
Good question. Probably because they'll be back. It's not like they went on vacation or anything. And they are called in the house to check up on him, so it's not really a big deal.
Okay, whatever.
Cartman then says he'll stay behind to answer the phone for him, and makes a decent Butters impression to justify it.
But you don't sound like me. Well, you don't sound like me. My name is Butters, and I'm a little pussy who won't help his friends make money. Wow, that was pretty good.
Okay, Cartman staying behind is already a bad idea. Like, out of all the three boys here, Cartman is the most dickish to Butters in this episode. So you trust him staying at your house and answering the phone? That's terrible!
Yeah, I got to admit, Cartman shouldn't be the last person to cover for Butters. But that doesn't matter because the boys just reluctantly accept Cartman's covering Butters and pulls them away to go to city work. When they leave, he tells them not to forget that a third of the $4 million is his.
I mean, yeah, you guys stupidly decided to split the money 3 ways so that Butters couldn't get paid for his suffering.
Cartman then goes inside the house, sits on the couch, and puts on the TV. That's when the phone rings and we get this.
Hello?
I'm just checking in on you, Butters. Hey, do I hear the television? We told you no television while you're grounded.
Oh, gee whiz, I'm not watching television, Dad. I'm just laying around jacking it.
Jacking it? Jacking what?
Well, my hot, spicy boner, of course, Dad.
What? Are you trying to get yourself in more trouble with that kind of language?
Oh, loosen up, you bloody vaginal belch.
Oh, you are gonna get it, mister. You just wait till I get home.
Bring it on, queerbait.
See? This is why you don't let Cartman cover for you! Because he just said all those insults to Steven, aka Chris, while pretending to be Butters! Which means Butters is gonna get into even more trouble than before!
Calm down, 3. I agree with you. It's messed up that Cartman's doing this. But we don't need another incident.
Okay. I'm sorry. We get a small scene of sick fuck beating a dead horse, quite literally, because of how he told his girlfriend he had AIDS and she leaves him, how everyone thinks he's crazy for telling them to get AIDS themselves, and how he offers to pay for children to get AIDS, and now everyone wants him dead. But as soon as that happens, a crowd of people comes out with torches and chases him away. Pretty okay, I guess. We then cut to Stan, Kyle, and Butters arriving at City Walk to tell Mr. Kim that Butters lost 40 pounds off of eating his food. Well, that's a goddamn lie. They then tell him that they can pay him for the commercials and that Butters can be Mr. Kim's very own Mr. Fogel. But Mr. Kim is not down for that idea since everyone hates Mr. Fogel now because of him wanting everyone to get AIDS, and that he doesn't want anything to do with him. The boys are confused about this, and Mr. Kim tells them that they're about to kill him downtown, resulting in the boys leaving to go settle it.
We cut back to Cartman watching TV, specifically Terrence and Philip, as we see why he's completely trashed Butters' living room with snacks.
Yeah, he just wanted an excuse to eat Butters' food. I just know it.
Suddenly, the phone rings again, and we see this.
Hello?
Butters, your father called and said you made him very upset.
Yeah, well, Dad's being a little pussy, Mom.
Butters, where did you get that kind of smart mouth?
Not from you, dumbasses, that's for sure.
Oh, you just wait till I get home, mister.
I'll be waiting with bells on, you old horse-banging skank. Hey, that's some anthrax over there!
Oh, come the fuck on! What the hell is wrong with him? In an attempt to cover for Butters, he's just getting him into even more trouble.
Yeah, it's totally messed up.
We cut to the mayor's office where sick fuck is about to be hanged for wanting to give people AIDS. And right before he's about to die, the boys go up on stage and tell everyone they're making a big mistake. No, they're not making one. They just don't know the behind the scenes behind it. The crowd tells them to get away from Mr. Fogel, but they tell them that he doesn't have the STD AIDS, but rather assistance AIDS that help him lose weight. And suddenly the audience realizes what they meant and begin to not only apologize, but also laugh it off. They laugh about how stupid they were for thinking he was talking about giving people the STD AIDS for a few seconds more, until they realize they're laughing, and come to the conclusion that it's been 22.3 years since AIDS happened, which also means
AIDS is finally funny!
And because of this, the crowd starts celebrating, first by having fireworks come out of nowhere, and then them unveiling a golden plaque that says, AIDS is finally funny. Which is crazy as fuck, because that means they've been holding on to that for years. And it's even displayed through New York Times Square. Anyway, after celebrating some more, Mr. Kim comes up to the boys and agrees to do their commercial, where he pays them $15 to do one. The boys are obviously pissed because Mr. Fogel got millions and they only got $15. But Mr. Kim says he's not Subway, he's City Walk. And City Walk doesn't have millions of dollars, which causes Stan to throw his hat down in anger, and for him and Kyle to angrily say their deal is off. After Mr. Kim leaves, Kyle decides to do his classic "I learned something today" speech.
Yeah, but you know I've learned something today. It would have been wrong for us to exploit Butter's weight loss, because then lots of fat people would have believed it, and then gone and eaten a ton of Chinese food instead of dieting properly. They'd still be fat, and we'd be responsible for their shattered dreams.
Are we sure Kyle learned something, though? Are we sure any of the three boys learned anything? Obviously, Carmen didn't learn shit, but Stan and Kyle are just as guilty. They literally played into fattening up Butters with Chef's food, getting mad at him for not losing weight fast enough, and giving him lipo in the middle of his own fucking living room, which they don't even own up to, causing only Butters to get in trouble. Yeah, you can say they didn't learn much. They might not do it again, but they really didn't help with anything. Hell, they didn't even apologize to Butters for putting through all this bullshit. Anyway, Butters says he doesn't like shattering fat people's dreams because he'll get grounded, and then realizes he's supposed to be grounded, causing him to run away from Stan and Kyle. When Butters gets to his house, Carmen instantly opens the door. Butters asks if his parents came home, to which Carmen says they haven't and he came just in time. When they walk inside the house, Butters asks if his parents found out he left the house, to which Carmen says they didn't and that they believed he was him on the phone. Yeah, a little too much. Carmen then says he drew some pictures with crowns to make Butters' parents believe he was home, he ate some of his food to make it look like Butters ate, and he also fed Butters' cat.
Butters has the cat? I didn't know that.
Me neither. We've never seen his cat before. Yeah, it's probably something they forgot about, sort of like how his dad went from being called Chris to finally Steven. Anyway, Carmen is about to leave, but Butters stops him and thanks him for covering for him, calling him a real pal.
This is made a lot more sad when you realize what Cartman did when he was gone.
Yeah, what a poor unfortunate soul. Carmen then leaves the house, humming some song, and he frames out the front of Butters' house, where he proceeds to bring in a chair along with soda and popcorn. Oh dear Lord, I know what he's doing. He said those things to his parents so he could watch their reaction. The little shit. Right on cue, Steven aka Chris and Linda come home from work and speedfully pull in front of the house. And the crazy part? Only Linda pulled into the driveway, while Steven aka Chris pulled on into the walkway. But the same message is clear. They are super fucking pissed. They walk out of their cars and enter the house, where we're cursed to watch this poor innocent boy receive an off-screen beating that he doesn't fucking deserve to go through.
Hi, Mom and Dad.
Don't you hi, Mom and Dad, us, you little punk!
Oh, Dad.
You don't even know the trouble you're in, mister!
What'd I do? What'd I do?
Do you think you're tough now? Answer me!
Oh, man, if I was older, I would totally start jacking off right now.
Oh God! Oh God! Why? Why? Why does it need to happen? Hasn't this poor fucking soul suffered enough? Now he needs to get beaten for something he didn't even fucking do! Are you shitting me?
Rob, you're acting up again.
I don't give a flying fuck! This is terrible! I just watched Butters being targeted for 22 minutes straight! I don't care if I'm acting up!
4, get the tranquilizer.
On it! I just want to go into that universe and unalive anyone who wronged Butters in that episode! He was tortured in there since the goddamn beginning!
I know he was 3, but it's not worth it. Please try to get those thoughts out of your head.
I can't! I was beaten as a kid! You know how traumatizing it is to see that shit displayed on screen! It's not fun! It brings back memories, damn it!
I know it's not fun, but it's not real. It's just a cartoon.
It feels real to me. Ah, damn it! You pulled this on me again, huh?
I'm sorry, 3.
Well, in any case, I'm sorry as well for acting like this towards you. Well, that was crazy.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be like this. I like Rob, but he can get really angry sometimes.
Yeah, he sure does. But now, all that's left is to move on to the review. Anyway, guys, that was the end of that episode. And I gotta say, it's alright, but I'm not a personal fan. The fact that this episode ended up predicting what happened with Jared Fogle is crazy as fuck. It wasn't for the same reasons, obviously, but the fact it predicted that people would get mad at him someday was crazy. And him saying he wanted to give children AIDS, that was an unintentional prediction too, because there were records of him having inappropriate meetups with underage people, so they exposed that unintentionally. Now for the things I liked, I did unironically like that one Subway rep's reaction to Mr. Fogel saying that he lost weight due to having AIDS. It was great. The AIDS is now funny thing was also pretty great, especially with the golden plaque. Chef was also pretty good, Mr. Kim was good too, and I guess Carmen saying,
Bring it on, queerbait.
was also funny as well. Now with the negatives, yeah, basically everything that happened to Butters. That boy was treated like garbage from beginning to end. From being called Kenny to not Kenny to not Kenny, to being forced to gain weight, to being screamed at by Carmen in a gym, to being forced to have lipo in his living room to make him lose weight faster, to him being grounded by his parents for having lipo, to getting an off-screen beating due to Carmen saying rude comments to his parents over the phone.
Yeah, there's not one happy moment with him in here. Stan and Kyle don't even apologize after they abandoned the plan. It's messed up.
Speaking of that, the boys are all shitheads. Like, I get why Cartman is a shithead to Butters in this, because that's common in episodes, but Stan and Kyle, they just straight up went along with Cartman for the fun of the game and didn't criticize one thing Cartman had to say. And like Tu said, they don't apologize at the end. Kyle just gives his "I learned something today" speech, and that's it.
Also, I'm really surprised Kyle didn't joke about Cartman's weight when he brought up the idea to make Butters overweight. That's something Kyle would so do, and it's just not there.
And sadly, even after all the shit Butters was put through, he doesn't get a happy ending, but rather, like I said, an undeserved beating thanks to Cartman.
How did you think? This was only the premiere. They'd slightly continued this stuff until they kicked him out 5 episodes later and replaced him with Tweak.
I give this video a 5 out of 10. This is probably the lowest we've seen so far, mainly due to Butters' treatment. 3 would probably give it a 1 out of 10, but he's out. No, I'm not. What the fuck? I tranquilized you. You should be asleep. You do realize tranks can last 4 hours, dude.
But it wasn't 4 hours, though. He literally just shot you.
I don't know. It must have been a dud, because there was a bit in there to knock me out for 10 minutes at most, but it didn't work for 4 hours. But yeah, 1 out of 10 for me. Didn't like how they treated Butters. And 2, I'm sorry I acted like this in front of you. Really, I do. I knew this was going to be a bad idea since 4 brought up the idea.
It's fine, 3. We just need to do another video where it doesn't anger you as much. I don't know what episode that'll be, but it'll be fun. Yeah, I think I'll do 1 out of 10 for me, just like what Rob did. Because I just didn't like how they treated Butters.
Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Please make sure to like, subscribe for more reactions.
Make sure to hype the video up.
Join the membership, and of course, thank you to our channel members. Anyway, we're WatBox Studios.
A good time. For the most part, anyway.
Peace out, and see you guys later.